Namaskar, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors, professionals, officials, listener, learners. I welcome all respected doctors and directors. I welcome all adorable ministers and managers. I welcome all honorable advocates, advertisers, administrators, and advisors. I welcome all sportsmen, students, scholars. The most honorable President Prime Minister Modi ji, I heartily, cordially welcome. It is really nice time, nice place, nice action today that we are describing, explaining, defining our holy Indian cultural identities, holy Indian spiritual values, our holy Indian constitution. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Oh dear Lord, you are mine. मेरे नाथ, मेरे प्रभो, only you are my mother and father. Only you are my kin and companion. Only you are my knowledge and riches. Oh dear Lord, it is you, all in all. Dear friends, yesterday we have gone through the different questions and answers between Swamiji and their disciples. The principal mistake has been the erroneous embarrassing of what is not ours. For example, body, senses, mind, intellect. And who belong to us, we did not embrace that God. This single blunder encompasses every other mistake. In mathematics, on omission of even a single step or a digit, everything becomes incorrect and no mark is awarded. That's why you must at least accept I belong to God and God is mine. To eternally reveal the Lord and to acquire His perpetual love, it is a must to embrace the fact that God is mine. Like a child declares that the mother is mine, similarly, God is mine. The sentiment of belongingness towards God is the mantra for eternal love. It reveals the presence of God. You must invoke this feeling from within that why is my mother not taking me in her lap? You must firmly believe God belongs to you. This will have an immense outcome and your existence will prove victorious. My heart will be extremely delighted if you do so, and you will also be happy, you will be blissful. This acceptance is pure profit without no loss of any kind. This wisdom is not ordinary. It is the conclusive essence of the Vedas, Gita and Ramayana. Even if you do not believe, the truth will remain absolute. It can never be lie. You just have to embrace it from your end. Then, even avoid persists. It will be up to God to seal it. But you must never disregard this. Once accepted, keep on reiterating, I belong to God. This will naturally make you pristine and pure. Is God feebler than a philosopher's stone, which transformed metal into pure gold? The purity which is attained by acknowledging the relationship with God can never be attained by our endeavors. The benefit which is not obtained even after years and years of satsang will be achieved in a single day by accepting our belongingness to God. The stronger one associates with people and material objects. The lesser one feels about his belongingness towards God. When it is properly understood and acknowledged that in the entirety of the limitless cosmos, there isn't even a speck of an object which belongs to us. Even the body, senses, mind, intellect, ego doesn't belong to us nor exist for us, then only can be the actual quintessence experienced and understood. Actions by any of the three bodies, introspection and trance, means samadhi. Even they are not ours, nor of any use to us. Only after the departure from our assumed relations From our assumed relation with actions, introspection and trance. What is achieved? That that quint essence or tattva only is ours and for us. We are fragments of God only. Till the time a human being has assumed that the body and the world are his and exist for him, till then he will listen, learn, orate, and lecture, but will not adequately understand the quintessence, the advancement of a seeker will not be substantial until the relationship with God is acknowledged, whereas the progress would be effortlessly humorous if it is acknowledged. I belong to God. Accept this from within and your spiritual standing will transform. Furthermore, there will be a comprehensive change in you. You will attain peace, doubts will be cleared, and confusions will recede, and confusions will resolve. Oh dear Lord, I belong to you, accept this much from within, and all your worldly affinities will loosen by themselves. You will not have to struggle to loosen those earthly ties. Recently, this thought has been illuminating with me a lot. To embrace our eternal relationship with God. It had been particularly coming to my mind that you must anyhow accept your relationship with God. You may accept God as your son, your father, your mother, your brother, your son, your friend, your guru, your teacher, your disciple, and your master or your servant. Whoever you expect him to be, just accept this much and it will be tremendously beneficial. You may or may not accept, that is your wish. But I'll keep on reiterating, that is my duty, and I'll adhere to it all, and I'll adhere it to you. Even if you wish not to accept this, I will not be upset with you, but certainly my heart will not be content. Any sadhana or spiritual practice can never be continuous, but a relation is ever existing. A seeker can pursue any form of sadhana, but must agree on his exclusive relationship with God. until the time relation with another exists. Till then, this sadhana is not absolute. What you believe to be the path towards God realization is not the actual path towards God realization. True sadhana happens only when you accept your relationship with God. For instance, when a married woman visits her mother's place, even while performing all obligations, she never disregards the fact that she is married. Similarly, if you wish to attain God realization, then even while residing in the material world, you must agree from within on your relationship with God. Do not agree to associate even with a sant or a guru, but do respect their teachings. Once you accept that you belong to God, then all your actions will be sadhana for God, realization only. I belong to God, God belongs to me. This is the true sadhana. God belongs to us, we belong to God. If the Lord, the relation is embraced in this way, then you will have to purposely try and remember God. But instead, you will innately remember Him in our worldly routine. We have observed that a person is respected based on their material wealth. But in God's routine, one is respected if they are related to God. Just by accepting your relationship with God, all your losses, all worries, all griefs, and all clutter will resolve. You will become absolute. It is said that realization of God is the realization of God is extremely effortless, and it is also told that the realization of God is extremely difficult. If one goes by her, if one goes by set norms and regulations, then the realization of God is extremely difficult. But if the heart has a genuine passion for God, then it becomes extremely effortless. Like a child asserts that the mother is mine. Similarly, God is ours. The heart should have such simple passion. It is extremely, it is exceptionally difficult to attain God realization if the heart lacks passion. God receives passion if a child asserts that the mother is mine. What regulation will be applied on this? What regulation will be applied in this? The child never deems if he is qualified or suitable by the virtue of his affection. He fondly and completely dominates his mother. Similarly, God is mine. Simply accept this. If the child cries, the mother has to attend to her child, irrespective of what she has done, irrespective of what she was doing. Therefore, simply and honestly hail, O Lord, O my dear Lord, God is mine. This one truth surpasses everything. Without asserting any rules and regulations, one should particularly develop this sense. One should particularly develop this single thread, God is mine. The passion for belongingness should be exceptional and foremost. Disregard every other fact. Don't force even on your shortcomings. Rather gaze only, rather gaze only towards the Lord's gracious personality. There can't be anyone except God who can be ours. Nor can every no can ever stay with us. For instance, when a mother watches her child play, her heart becomes full of love. Similarly, God's heart is full of love for each one of the souls. He wants to accept them, meet them, and converse them. But this soul doesn't even glance at God. So it is my request to all of you that however you are, at least, at least remember this thought that God is mine. मेरे तो गिरधर गोपाल दूसरो ना कोई. If you accept this, you will never be unhappy again. There is no particular loss in accepting this, but pure and pure profit. Body, senses, soul, mind, intellect, etc. Nothing belongs to me, only God is mine. If you accept this, you will be greatly benefited. Greatly benefited. Nothing else will bind you. Even in times of sickness, you will not be distressed, but would experience eternal joy. The body might feel lethargic, but there will be eternal bliss within. If you dwell 4 to 5 degrees of fever, you stop talking or you collapse. Even then, there will be no difference in the eternal joy within. This is an absolute truth. Since all of you have come for satsang, just accept that. Regardless of however we are, we belong to God. Simply because of not accepting our belongingness to God, you will have to suffer. There is no doubt about this. At each and every place, you will take birth, die, and suffer. Once the relationship with God is accepted, then be joyful. There is no need to do anything else. If you embrace God, then God is happy, and sons are also happy. Everyone contents. No one can be upset because you are not grabbing somebody else's part, but taking what is rightfully ours. There is no sweat in accepting God. No fee, no learning, no reading, no memorization, and no qualification. There is nothing in this material world that belongs to us. Understand this, and God belongs to us. Accept this. Nothing belongs to us in this material world. You can doubt this plenty. Everything will be accepted, but God belongs to us. No doubts in this will be accepted. This has to be embraced. This has to be embraced initially. The material world is comprehended and God is accepted afterwards. God doesn't remain merely accepting but becomes tangible. God constantly gazing at you. God is constantly gazing at you. God constantly gazes at you like a mother gets delighted when her child calls Ma, Ma. Similarly, when you call when you call out God belongs to you, God gets utterly delighted. You are a fragment of the Lord. You must remember this at all times. At all times. I keep on reiterating this because I have developed a particular regard for it only in recent years. I was not aware of its importance initially. For example, a daughter of your house after marriage belongs to the house where she got married. Similarly, you must also embrace your belongingness to God's house. Accept that you are not a bachelor anymore. We are not without a master, unlike a wild beast. We belong to God. Indeed, you all belong to God forever. You may or may not know. You may or may not accept. Simply transform your sentiment. If you wish to experience God, then you must not regard yourself as a woman or a man. Affirm your relationship with God that I belong to God. If you embrace your relationship with, if you embrace your relationship to God, then it is a tremendous achievement. If you affirm yourself as a woman or a man, then how will you achieve God realization? If you affirm yourself as a woman, then you will only achieve a man, but not God. Affirmation of one's womanhood or manhood is also a hindrance in God realization. The distinction between a woman and a man is necessary for worldly customs and behavior. If you have embraced yourself as a physical body, then how will you experience God? How will you experience God? Your inner sentiment only must transform that I belong to God. God's relation is such. It slashes all other phony relationships. You may be a sinner, but even then, you are with God. Goodness and wrongdoings don't even touch you. You belong to God. God belongs to you. If you forget this, even then this truth is as it is. Forgetting and not forgetting is in the mind only. You have held the inert body, material world, so it attracts you towards itself. If you disregard its relationship with them, if you disregard its relationship, then it will not attract. If you accept your relationship with God, then sins of eternal lives will depart. I belong to God. This is not a fact to ponder upon, but rather should be acknowledged. 2 plus 2 is 4 only. What is in it to ponder? If the mind is free of distress, attachment, aversion, but without any sentiment of belongingness towards God, then liberation will be attained, but God will not be experienced. Whereas there is desire, attachment, aversion in the mind, but the feeling of belongingness towards God is present, then God will be experienced. It means that impeccability is related to liberation, but belongingness is related to God. Sugriva was described. Sugriva was desirous, but he accepted that God belongs to him. The sentiment of belongingness is the most beloved to God. राम ही केवल प्रेम प्यारा. The relationship of belongingness with God is an essential cause in awakening eternal love. God is neither a man nor a woman, nor a neutral, but still He is everything. That's why you can accept Him as a father or a mother. Whatever relationship you want to embrace with God, God is ready to accept it. By accepting the relationship, the sentiment of belongingness develops. The sooner God is attained by belongingness, cannot be attained through exercise. The close relationship that your son has with you, a similar relationship a servant does not have. A servant is related due to work and profession, but a son is not related by work and profession. When the servant works well, you get satisfied. But even if the son is illiterate or inept, even then he has full right over his father's property. If you perform activities, then you become a servant. But if you establish belongingness with God, then you become a son. You must try and remember that we are a fragment of God, whom no one can be equivalent to. Then how can anyone be greater than Him? So, you must not get afraid of material illusions. We belong to God. By remembering this, you will innately acquire strength. We are not an orphan. We have a Lord. Remember this. Just because of not remembering God, you got disappointed and disheartened. Will the Lord employ His strength for Himself? Like a mother's milk is for her child and not for the mother herself. Similarly, God's strength is for us. Being a fragment of God, we are not feeble. However we are, we belong to God. Is a useless son and a son. Is a useless son not a son? We belong to God. Then why should we worry? He who does not belong to God should worry. Nothing except God is mine. Accept this and will be greatly benefited. You will be greatly benefited. There is nothing more joyous and blissful than this. This is the essence of all the Shastras and teachings of all Sant Mahatmas. Chanting the words, the Lord's name, bhajan, kirtan, etc. are not required. You may or may not have control over the mind, but at least accept this much that there is nothing else except God which belongs to us. How is the Lord? We are not interested in that. However He is ours, the protector of countless universes. That Paramatma is our Father. Then for what should we worry? If you accept that God is mine, I belong to God, then there will be a tremendous transformation in you. You will become carefree and fearless. Accept that. God belongs to you and all your work is done. Not even a fraction of our task, not even a fraction of a task will be left for you to do. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Meditative Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, etc. Nothing will be left. The striver or sadhaka will become complete with all objectives achieved, all knowledge earned, and all desires fulfilled. He who is the guardian of all countless cosmos, that God is mine. If this is accepted, then what else is left? And how is it left? The essence of love is belongingness. For those who are dear to us, we naturally tend to remember them. We remember our wife, son, daughter, because we love them. We have accepted our belongingness to them. If you want to love God, accept that. He belongs to you. And then you will naturally remember Him without any effort. Whatever you start liking, the mind automatically goes towards it. God is mine. The power that lies within this is not there in renunciation and austerities. Each and every soul is a child of God. 8.4 billion forms of bodies and other bodily forms such as dated, fields, demons, ghosts, ghouls, etc. are also God's children. If you just accept that we are God's child, then what stops you? Once you accept it, then most of your work is done. The state that is not achieved, even after years of sadhana, will be attained just by accepting this. We belong to God. We have been blessed with this incredible truth. Now, what else do we require? What else do we require? If we just don't forget our belongingness to God, then everything will become all right. We will experience Chaitanyamala Sahaj Sukh Rasi. We wouldn't be required to perform sadhana. It will happen naturally. We belong to God. If we remember this truth, then impurities will not come close. They will run away. But if we forget this, then we will get surrounded by impurities. We belong to God. By accepting this, all of you can become a saint wherever you are. No one can interrupt you from this. Now we belong to God, accept so, and immediately become carefree, fearless, calm and worryless. For instance, a son naturally, without even any education, had complete ownership over his father's property. Similarly, because of your belongingness to God, you will naturally inherit properties of God. When we look at the Mahabharata, we notice that the Lord presented the Pandavas with both favorable and unfavorable condition in plenty, but it was incredible of the Pandavas that they never disrespected the Lord. Among the Pandavas, Bhimase had a big mouth, but even he never spoke against the Lord. Such should be the Lord's admirers. Whereas Duryodhana never developed any admiration for the Lord. He considered the Lord a clever and shrewd man. The Pandavas were incredible in the fact, even when conditions moved against their will, they will consider this. They still consider that the Lord belonged to them. Similarly, in situations happening against our will, we should still see that the Lord belongs to us. Numerous things are told concerning God, but those who wish to attain liberation should not dwell on how is God, how not is He, the truth that believer's liberation is there is a God, and however He is ours. The foremost thing is we have a Lord. We are not orphaned. This truth should be firmly accepted. The most promising technique to experience God realization is I belong to God. Mind, intellect belongs to nature. Therefore, if the mind, intellect is unsettled, then that's nature's problem. As I belong to God, as God is immortal, so I am also immortal. Since God never dies, then how can I die? That's why the saints are spoken. That's why saints have spoken. नाम मरे तो मैं नहीं तो मरे बलाई अविनाशी का बालक हूँ रे नमारा जाए I belong to God, God belongs to me. This truth is greater than chanting the Lord's name or God's remembrance. This is true devotion. In reality, only he is a devotee who belongs to God. He who belongs to God is not an ordinary person. A material person is ordinary. Objects and actions are related to this materialistic world. We are in no way related to them. While performing any action, remember that I belong to God. Then in what way should I perform this duty? Intuition will naturally emerge within your mind. If you will love the God, if you will love the Lord with an innocent heart, then in what way you should be devoted? This will naturally occur within your mind. God is mine. This is a genesis for love. Love doesn't arise from renunciation, austerities, etc., but from belongingness towards the Lord. This truth is profound. After many years of delivering discourses, I became aware of this truth. Whatever belongs to us naturally becomes dear to us. We belong to God. God belongs to us. This is no ordinary truth. Such devotion is of high status. There is no sadhana equivalent to it. We belong to God. God belongs to us. We have become aware of this. Now, why will we take another birth? Why will we take another birth? Most conclusive and essence of all is the fact that only God is ours. Except Him, no one else is ours. God is our present. God is ever present with us. Except Him, no one else stays with us forever. If you accept this truth, then it is greatly benefiting. What comes and goes never belongs to us. But God is always present with us. He never departs. This is the essence of all the Shastras, Puranas, and Vedas. So behave with love with everyone. Serve everyone. Respect everyone and honor everyone. But in your heart, don't consider anyone yours. Within your heart, consider only God as yours. If you acknowledge others as yours, then one day you will have to wait to solve everyone is ours. But for ourselves, no one is ours. For ourselves, only God is ours. You may consider God as Saguna, Nirguna, Sakar, Nirakar, etc. Whatever you believe. But He is ours. What I have told you is the essence which is not heard everywhere. If you say in front of Yamaraja, the deity of death, also that I belong to God, then even Yamaraja will shiver. If you accept your relationship with God, then purity and piousness will naturally come to you. You belong to God. God belongs to us. By merely uttering this, you will become pure naturally. We might be disobedient child, but even then, we belong to God. We just have to eradicate our disobedience. Sadhana that happens by the virtue of the body, that sadhana also is not valuable. From within God is mind. From within God is mind, the value that this has. It's not there in chanting, etc. Performed by the body. A chaste wife doesn't say her husband's name. But does that diminish her love for her husband? Among hundreds of men, she finds only her husband as hers. Nahi rate to ka bhaya घटिया न चाहिए जैसे नार सुहागनी पति को नाम न दे. Being a fragment of God, you are one with the Lord. The body is one with the material world. If the body doesn't appear as ours, then karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga, all three will become effortless. Even after these many years of satsang, if we don't accept that the body belongs to the world and we belong to God, then what have we done? High talks like a pandit couldn't suffice. It is a profound truth that till God is not realized, until then, developing a relationship with anyone dangerous. When you haven't become free from existing relations, then why do you develop new relationships? All relationships have already become tough for you to break. Then why? Then what will your condition be if you develop new relationships? It will be as utter disaster. Formulating a relationship with anyone is the cause for downfall. Jadbharat developed a relationship with the deer. So he had to take a deer form. The word sambandha, relationship, only means bondage in an excellent manner or in a great way. Formulation of a new relationship is a new danger. A man asked another, if I hold the tail of this mare, then what will you give me? The other replied that the mare herself will give it to you. She will kick you so hard that you will die. It is required of a striver, sadhaka, that he must not develop a relationship with anyone, whatever relationships exist. They are not broken, then why formulate new ones? A relationship with the material world is the obstacle. This truth is extremely rare. Keep your relationship only with God. Whose fragment you are, you accept this or not, acknowledge this or not, or forget this altogether. Even then, your relationship with God will never break. If you accept your relationship with God, your sorrows will disappear. Whatever study I have done, the books I have gone through, and after pondering, it is the foremost truth that we belong to God. Accept this fact to eternity. Accept this fact for eternity that I am not without a Lord. I belong to God. What I find most valuable for all in my view, I speak that. Also, what is foremost in the view of the Vedas, Puranas, Shastras and Sant Mahatmas, I speak that. I don't speak against them, and error might occur, but don't focus on that. The fact that is special for us, friendly for us, individual for us, personal for us, profound for us, respectful for us, and beneficial for us is that our relationship is with the Lord. We belong to God. There is nothing as remarkable as you must accept God as yours. You just accept this truth and your improvement will happen automatically, whether you understand or not. Accept that we belong to God. Plenty of other facts are there as well. But I belong to God. This is the essence. That is why I repeatedly say this point. You may say that Swamiji keeps on reiterating. The same thing the same thing that way belong to God, but even after repeated, but even after repeated emphasis, if you don't accept, then how will you accept by stating it just once? So don't get fed up. Except for God, nothing else is going to stay with you. Reside in this world with immense pleasure. But God is mine. Do not forget this. Everything will then become alright. Renunciation, disinterest, etc., everything will happen by itself. An easy way to awaken devotion is to consider God as yours. We see in the material world as well that whom a man considers as his own appears dear to him. We belong to God. God belongs to us. This is the essence. Every other point comes under this. Accepting God as ours is a liberating truth. By merely considering the Lord as ours, the Lord gets pleased. Therefore, you just accept as God, as your mother, father, brother, husband, son, friend, master, disciple, etc. Mata Rama Mat Pita Ramachandra Swami Rama Mat Sakha Ramachandra Sarva Swam Mein Ramachandra Dayalu Naina Jane na Jane na Jane. Rama is my mother, Rama is my father, Rama is my Lord, Rama is my friend. Oh, the compassionate Rama is my all in all. I do not know any other except Him. Indeed, I do not know any other. I belong to God. By holding this sentiment, your ego will become connected to God. Then devotion will become easy and supreme. Without altering the ego, devotion doesn't become great. This is a principle. If you become goats, then the realization of God becomes effortless. Otherwise, God realization will be difficult. Amongst all the difficulties faced in God realization, this is the foremost. In the material world, everyone loves just ostentatiously, but not genuinely. God is ours in reality. The dearer the Lord is to us, no one is as dear as Him. The body appears good, but even that is not ours. I have studied books, I have also been in the company of saints, and wherever I go to hear good facts, I have been there as well. After visualizing many facts, after reading, after listening, after understanding, and after contemplating, I have concluded that no one is equally dear to us as God is. I belong to God. This truth is the essence of all truths. To attain God and His Son and His love, belongingness is the main factor, not austerity, charity, pilgrimage, fasting, etc. But you perform hundreds of austerities, wars, pilgrimages, fasts, etc. Even then, nothing can be equivalent to belongingness to God. Now I would like to thank all my brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students, scholars, teacher, trainer, professor, professional, officer, official, listener, learner. I thank all respected doctors and directors. I thank all honorable ministers and managers. I thank all honorable advocates, retired administrative advisors. I thank the most honorable President Modi ji. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.